Let's go! Batter up! We're taking the afternoon off. It's a beautiful day for a ball game, today. The fans are out to get a ticket or two. From Walla Walla, Washington to Kalamazoo. It's a beautiful day for a home run, but even a triple's okay. We're gonna cheer and boo and raise a hullabaloo at the ball game today.
Hey everybody, it's me, Rick Acosta, the Dodger Card Collector, coming to you with another video. Tonight is Friday night, December 20th. A few days short of Christmas Day. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays to all of you who are watching. I would be remiss to say I should bring this up right away. On Sunday, my mother will be celebrating her 90th birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. What we're going to do on Saturday night is take her out with my sister and I and the family and all her grandchildren and her great-grandchildren. And we're going to celebrate 90 years. That's a really big milestone. That's a milestone I don't think I'll be reaching, but very impressive to make it to 90 years old. I keep meaning to bring Mom onto my channel just for like 30 seconds one day. I have to do that in the coming year. What's going on? Let's see. All my Christmas shopping, we're almost there. I have to buy a few gift cards. Luckily, all the physical gifts, like the toys, have arrived. I still need to wrap, so I'll have to do that this weekend, but I still have to buy some gift cards for the older members of the family. When I say older members, I mean my older nieces and nephews, because they prefer to have a gift card so they can buy something that they want. So need to do that. Besides Mom's birthday dinner on Saturday. Got some football coming up this weekend. The Rams are playing the Jets. Looking forward to that. I was going to talk to you a little tonight about Christmas, obviously, and Christmas in the way it comes to me hobby-wise. And honestly, not much, but I would like to point out my brother was someone who was very generous when it came to Christmas, and he did buy me a few cards. There was, I think I've made a video of this in the past. There is I think he gave me a 1956 Sandy Koufax, a 1956 Jackie Robinson, a 1953 Jackie Robinson, 1954 Tommy Lasorda. And I've shown those to you before. If he had lived, I would love to ask him how much those cards cost. He bought them with the Lasorda was graded. It's an 8. It's an 8. The other cards he bought ungraded, and then I had them graded. The best of the lot being the 56 card is a 6.5. But my brother was always good at buying things for the holidays. He used to buy me like these Kings autographs. Upper Deck in the late 80s, early 90s had this big memorabilia section, store, whatever you want to call it. And they had this really nice deal with the NHL. He would get me like Kings autographs, like 8x10 autographs, 8x10 photos of like guys like Kelly Rudy and Thomas Sandstrom, Tony Granato. He was always buying me sports stuff. And that would be my memory of collecting and sports cards. I don't know if you guys have memories like that. Some of you, I bet, get Christmas gifts of cards. I would think that. I always tell people, don't buy me cards, because you buy me a card, there's a good chance, if you ask me in October, what card am I looking for? And I say a 68 Topps Nolan Ryan. If you buy that for me for Christmas, there's a good chance I might have bought it by then. So I've always told people, don't buy me cards. If you see I have friends that say, oh, I'm going to go to this card store. What should I look for you? And I always say, oh, I'm looking for this. But I go, but if you see one, call me. Don't buy it for me. but I think they're so excited that they want to buy it. Um, but love when it comes. Love the idea of card collecting in Christmas. I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers today, probably my favorite YouTuber, just because he is a very dear man, and I know that everybody in this YouTube community loves him, and that's TJ Maxx Vintage Cards and Nostalgia. I was watching his video this morning, and it leads me to what I'm going to talk about a little in regards to Christmas. And he asked the question of, tell me about the first toy you remember getting for Christmas. And I thought that was a great topic. I didn't plan, I'm sure he didn't plan on it becoming a video response. I'm assuming that other people will make videos. I don't know, but I thought I would bring it up really quick in my video. The first toy I ever bought, and if you noticed the thumbnail that I used for this video, you'll see the gift right there, but I'll explain it to you a little. I was 4 years old, which would have been 1969. And there was this really big teddy bear that I wanted. And I remember, for some reason, I have a decent memory, but what I remember that year was my mother was incredibly sick. I remember we're a Christmas Eve family. We're not a Christmas Day family. So we celebrate on Christmas Eve. We stay up till way past midnight. We have dinner, and when we were younger, there was dinner and dancing and drinking. Now it's just become kind of dinner. Um, but that year, my mother couldn't come to Christmas, and I remember my sister being incredibly sad to the point that she cried the entire night. And because she was crying, and I was all of 4 years old, I think I was crying. And where's mommy? Where's mommy? All that type of stuff. Um, and what happens, like I said, at midnight in our family is we would everybody would wish, kind of like you all celebrate New Year's Eve. At midnight, everybody starts screaming and hugging and singing and dancing. And that's what happened at midnight. You'd wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and there'd be hugs and kisses, and your parents would tell you that they loved you and all that type of stuff. We still do that today, to this day. Um, so what happens after that is we get, to this day, we still get two or three people, and you start saying, you start passing out the gifts, but you have to announce the gifts, you know, I'm making up names here, by the way, to Mike from Cindy, to Jimmy from Sandy. You shout it out and you give them the gift. And once all the gifts were passed out, then we were allowed to open our gifts. And that year, there is actually film. Whatever camera our fathers had, that film camera, what is that, 18 millimeter? I don't know. But our fathers all had these, I don't even know, they were Kodak cameras. And they took these god awful home videos, or not home videos, but home movies that you'd put on a projector reel and watch on a film screen in the living room. And I remember, because I've seen this, there is footage somewhere in this family of um, us opening our gifts. And that year, that was the first time I really remembered, I want this for Christmas. Similar to the way now when I say, I want this baseball card. um, but I remember I really wanted this bear. It was just so special. He had a cute face. He was bigger than I was. And kind of just the way, if you watch A Christmas Story, how excited Ralphie was when he finally got to open that Red Ryder BB gun that was hiding behind the desk right over there. And that's how I felt when I got the gift. And I remember when I saw it, I was so excited. And it was the bear that I wanted. And I remember that night coming home, 2 a.m, and mom woke up, still lying in bed, still very sick. And I remember crying when I showed her my bear. And I've never talked about this, you guys. And it was great. And on Christmas Day, we took photos. And that's the photo that you're seeing on the, like I said, on the thumbnail that we have of our videos. That's me and my bear. This bear, I kept for years and years and years, at least 20 years. He was in the garage of the house that I left. I told my mom years ago, I left it in the garage and I said, Mom, let's keep this bear because someday I want to get it restored. And maybe and at the time I thought maybe if I have kids and I could give it to my kid. And I never got married, never had kids. That's another story for another time. But about 5-10 years ago, all of a sudden one day I went to Mom's house, and the bear wasn't in the garage. And I go, what happened? And Mom goes, oh, she probably didn't have memory. The bear was gone. She must have thrown it out in a garage cleaning along with my, luckily there were no baseball cards, but my college degree, my Bachelor of Arts degree also disappeared. So a lot of things got thrown out, including that bear. So that kind of bummed me out, but, that was my Christmas. That was Terry, that's my first toy that I ever remember getting. The first of millions of toys that I would get throughout my life. But very cool talking about it. So thanks, Terry, for bringing that topic up. And I love talking about Christmas. What are we going to do today? So I told you last week, I'm not going to do one of those top 50, top 100 videos. I am going to wait till next month. I'm going to do a top 60 for my birthday. So I'm going to do a year in review. So I'm going to show you the cards that I bought the past 12 months and talk a little about some of the cards that I bought, the shows that I bought them at, or the eBay or the auction house that I bought it from. But it gives me a good chance to be retrospective because this year, I made it a point to try to hit one big show a month. Now in California, that's not easy. It's gotten better over the years, but I went to Burbank twice, Long Beach 3 times. I went down to Del Mar once. I went to Pasadena 2 times. I drove up to Sacramento. I happened to be in town for a show in Sacramento. Went up there. I did not make a show in San Francisco back in November just because, honestly, guys, I got burned out. I got really tired of the card show scene. So next year's card shows, I will probably only attend 4 or 5. I went to a show last week. You guys were already aware of that, the small local show. But got to go to a lot of card shows, got to meet new people, got to buy cards on eBay and auction houses. So enough of the chit chat. Let's turn the camera around, and I'm going to show you what cards I bought in the past year. All right, so I like doing the year in review because it actually gives me a chance also to think about what set I was working on, what show was I at, what phase of my collection was I going through at a certain point of year. And even like going through these cards, when I made the list of what cards to select, I just noticed a trend. And let's go ahead and start. So in January of 2024, I picked up this Johnny Vandermeer card. At this point, I was getting near the end of the 1941 play ball set. I think this was either the 3rd, 4th, or 5th to last card. And this card was a pain in the butt. And the funny thing was I would never find it. And every time I found that it was expensive, I finally had to pay a good amount. I was okay with it. And the second I bought the card, I found 2 or 3 cards a lot cheaper. So that's just the way it is. But this is the Johnny Vandermeer. That's from January of 2025. Now in February of 2025, I'm going to show you 2 cards. George Case, 1941 play ball. This was the last card from the 1941 play ball set that I needed. And ironically, it was the cheapest card for me to buy. I think I spent like $40 for it. Was the hardest to find. And all of a sudden one day I went to a website, the Invaluable website, and there it was. And I bought it and I won and it was over. It was kind of, it wasn't too dramatic when it ended. The interesting thing was when I bought the card, after I bought the card, I noticed collecting-wise, all of a sudden, I had a lot of free time on my hands because for the first time in 2 years, I wasn't looking for 1941 play ball cards. So that is George Case, the last of the 41 play balls. Also in February, 2 of these months I'm going to show 2 cards just because I was fighting on which cards to pick. I was really starting to get into the 1963 set at this point. And this is my Hank Aaron card. And I don't know where I won this. I won this online. That's the only thing I can tell you. And I got this card pretty cheap, and I was surprised. But it's a good-looking Hank Aaron and an SGC4. And that is my other card selection from February. In March, the 63 trend continued. And I bought this 1963 Topps Willie Mays in a 4.5. Love Willie Mays. Love his cards. This is arguably one of my favorite cards of his. And it was just fun to... 63 was a fun set to work on. And I was glad when I finished it. But this was one of the cards that I picked up along the way. And that was from March of 2024. In April, I won this one online. A 1934 Gaudi Ernie Lombardi. This comes from, once I finished the 1941 play ball set, I found this article on the PSA website about what, they were talking about the 1941 play ball set, but then they went into guys that didn't make it onto that set. I thought that was an interesting article. So I took all the guys they listed, which were 7 or 8. Then I spent an evening on baseballreference.com and I picked out, I think, 10 more guys. I'm still not done. I need 3 more. But Ernie Lombardi did not make it onto the 41 play ball, so I bought a card from him from 1934. And this is a good-looking card. That's Ernie Lombardi. Okay, I think we're in May, and I was continuing the trend of working on this guys that didn't make it onto the play ball set. I found this Frank Crosetti card from the 1934-36 Diamond Stars. And great card, the Crow, famous Yankee infielder. And I like buying Yankee cards. I think I've said that a few times. As much as I love the Dodgers, I like buying Yankee cards. They're fun to have in the collection. And this is a good-looking card. They're always a little unrealistic because I like how the catcher is right behind him and you got these 2 guys back here. But it's a good-looking card. So that's Frank Crosetti. Let's see. I think we're on June. And that is when I found this Enos Slaughter, 1949 Bowman. Another guy that didn't make it onto the play ball set. And I was going to buy the 1952 Topps card. And then one day this one just stood out. And I saw it and I go, oh, that's a great card. And over the years, I've really gained an admiration for the 49 Bowman set. When I first started collecting, I didn't think much of it. But the more I start seeing the videos, especially when Dave, Blue Jacket 66, did his 1949 complete set, it was amazing. And fun set to work on. Unfortunately, it's got a Jackie Robinson card, a Satchel Paige card, and probably a Larry Doby card that I can't afford. But I do have this Enos Slaughter card. All right. I'm already, I think that was June. This next month had 2 cards, both featured Yankees. And this was winding down on the 1968 set. So in 2024, I finished the 41 play ball, the 63 Topps, and the 68 Topps. But I was still working at this point on the 68 set when I picked up this Mantle card. I got this on eBay. And I worked on this set as a kid. Never owned the Mantle, though. So Mickey Mantle's another good player to have in your collection, that's for sure. So that's from 1968. That same month at the Long Beach Card Show, I bought this 1950 Bowman Yogi Berra. And I bought this from Levon, LA Collection. And there's a really good video about this, how we spent all afternoon negotiating on this thing. But it's a great card. And I think this is the first 1950 Bowman card I might be showing. So there's a few more coming up. But bought this in September or August of 2024. About a week or so after, no, I probably should have showed this one first, actually. I went to, bought this at the Burbank Card Show. And this is the 1888 Goodwin Champions Bob Carruthers card. This is my oldest Brooklyn, I'll say Brooklyn Dodger card, because technically they were called the Bridegrooms at this point, but this is my oldest card and my only card from the 19th century. And I've wanted this card for a while, and I was ecstatic when I found it. And if you come to my house and look at my display cases, I have 3 display cases of Dodgers, and this guy's the very first card, because I put them in chronological order. So that is Bob Carruthers. Okay. At the Pasadena Card Show, I picked up this Joe Gordon at 1948-49 Leaf. This is a card for my guys that didn't make it on the play ball set. Love this card. Love this set. Boy, I only own 3 or 4 cards from this set, but here's another set I wish I could work on, but between DiMaggio and Williams and even guys like Hal Newhouser, and Jackie Robinson, Satchel Paige, it's just too much. So I'm happy though with the Joe Gordon card. There he is in the Cleveland Indians. Card I just recently won, I believe, for Love the Game auctions. This is like, what, October? 1968 Topps Nolan Ryan Jerry Koosman rookie card. The last card to finish my 1968 set, so that went out the door. And it was a nice relief to have this card. Also, this was the last card I needed. I have all the cards from my childhood collection now that I have this Nolan Ryan card. So now that allows me to buy cards that I've never owned before. But this was Nolan Ryan. And then in November, you recently just saw this 1950 Bowman Ted Williams. And I won this from CIA, from Collector Investor Auctions. And I won that in November, got a good price, was very happy with it. And this card, this is the set. No, I'll talk about it in December because I still have one more card to show you for December. So this continued my me working on my 1950 Bowman set. Now in December, I'm going to show you 3 new cards that have just arrived in the past in the last week. And this will show you where I'm coming at, what I'm working on going into 2025. So let's put these guys out. So first, you're going to see on the left here a 1961 Topps Matty Alou. I have been working on a 1961 Topps Series 7, which is card numbers 507 to 589. I have been working on that set. And with the arrival of Matty Alou today, it means I need 18 more cards to finish that high number set. I don't know what I'll do when I'm done with that, because it'll be odd. I don't own the 61 set, but I will own the 61 high numbers. Maybe that makes building a set easier. I don't know. On the far right, this card arrived today, and that is a 1969 Topps Bobby Cox, who is a Hall of Fame manager with the Atlanta Braves. And here he is featured, though, in his 1969 rookie card. And for 1969, I have been building what I call the sampler set, which is 20% of the set, which includes a Dodger team set, or includes the entire Dodger team set, subsets such as the World Series set, the All-Stars, 1 card from each team, including the Expos, the Padres, the Pilots, and the Royals, their first-year cards. When you buy the high numbers, they have their real uniforms on. So picked up some of those, picked up some combo cards, picked up Ted Williams. Still need Ted Williams, the manager card. So I'm working on this. I think I need 4 more cards. Well, let's see. I need Ted Williams. I need Mickey Mantle. of which I'll buy someday, the Mickey Mantle. I need a Doc Ellis rookie, and I'm looking for a Mike Epstein with the white letters. I wanted a white letter variation. And yeah, I could have killed two birds with one stone and buy the Mantle, but that's just too much money. And I'm continuing to work on the 1950 Bowman set. I picked up this Allie Reynolds card, and I won this very cheaply. I wasn't going to buy it graded, but I found it at such a good price on this old BVG slab that I go, just take it. It's a good looking card. Again, it's a Yankee. And this means I am now, as of today, I am down to needing 50 cards to finish the 1950 Bowman set. So how ironic is that? But this will guide me into what I'm going to be doing in early 2025. I expect to finish the Bowman set in 2025. I don't have many difficult cards. I have guys like Enos Slaughter, Bobby Dorr, Joe Gordon. I need those type of guys for 50 Bowman. For 69 Topps, I only need a few cards, and I'm not going to break my back to buy that Mantle just because there's other cards I'm going to look for first. And then 61, I said I need 18. So we'll see. I need a Hoyt Wilhelm in that group. But I have all the All-Star cards, and for me, part of the enjoyment of card collecting is the hunt. So, looking forward to what happens in 2025. All right, you guys, if you stuck around this long, thanks so much for hanging out. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, all those things. Love having you guys as part of my show. And we will talk to you in 2025. Take care.